Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Sutton and I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen from You. And I just want to get up here again. Let me go ahead and just make another video here. Something that the Lord was also speaking to me is that as long as you believe in yourself, and I know this sounds so cliche, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. You're going to meet people along the way in where they may give up on you. They may not see it. They may not believe. They may not see the same vision that the Lord has given you. And your path to success and route to success may be different. It may not be in the way that is going for them. So with all that just being said, I just want to encourage you to still keep going. Still continue to keep honing your skills. You know what? That's what I meant to say on the last video. I was looking for a particular word. Keep honing your gifting. I don't care, even if that gifting may not look flashy, even if that gifting don't look like it's popping, it's getting the views, it's getting the traction, it's getting the, still keep on growing your gift. And just know that he is still with you and that he won't leave you and he will never forsake you. And this is one of the tough parts in the journey that you will have to face and that you will have to go through, especially in the space of entrepreneurship, is that you're going to get a lot of people that's going to judge you. It's not just here's the thing. Judging is not just on, it's not just on the people that don't support, or if they might just say, oh, well, that's not real. That's not a real job. It's not just on them. It could also be through other people that you meet with in the time. And what you're doing is not enough. Their level of success, their standards of success might be a whole lot different than what yours is and what route that you're taking. And so just want to just come up here and just say, still keep going, still keep on pushing. I don't care if nobody looking at your videos. I don't care if it's not growing the way that you want it to grow. Within due time, within due season, it will. You still got to hang in there. And yes, it's going to feel like it is a lonely process because there's not going to be that many people you can talk to about this experience or people that can actually really relate. And also, let me just also add this in here. It's time for people, it's on both ends. Stop shaming people that are walking into entrepreneurship and you judging them and saying that it's not a real job. And, just because you were okay and satisfied with the 401k and you were satisfied with the job security, if job security exists anymore, but it's time for everybody to start shaming on both ends. Then you got the content creators shaming the people with the 9-to-5s. It's like, Lord. It's like, can we just stop shaming each other, and just respect that my walk and lane in life is just quite different, or maybe in this season and stage it's just going to be different until it changes otherwise, until till there's a different path to walk. Can we just stop shaming on social media on what somebody do? Because I look at it also through both ways. I see it as, okay, well, the entrepreneur shouldn't be put down. And of course I have experienced it before. I remember in high school I was trying to, I went to college for communications. But before communications, I was trying to do, I think it was audio engineering. It was something I was trying to do, right? It was something. And I remember somebody in class said, you want to do what? Audio engineering. Or you want to be this? Oh, that's not a real job. So what else you want to do? Because that you don't need a backup plan. Oh, y'all know that magic word was backup plan. So yeah, this was in my English class, English honors class. And boy, and then the teacher had to step in. It was like, no, people actually really do this. People actually do have jobs in this. It was an audio engineer. That's what I originally at first wanted to do, until I found out it was something different. See, and that's another thing. It's time to stop shaming people also because they want to do something different. And they took a different path, and it wasn't something that was in a common, typical job professions. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as some people blow up, or as soon as some people achieve a certain level of success, then we want to try to knock them down, not knock them down, but like that. But we want to try to come up there and kiss up. We want to come up here and act like we've been supporting them since day one. We want to come up here and act like we always believed in them, but really they were just torn. They were always kicked down and tore down. And for those that didn't harbor any type of feelings, hard feelings towards those people, of being picked on about what they wanted to do, being laughed at on what they wanted to do, and all of that, I will say God is, whew, God is definitely with them. So, and then that goes into, and that's a whole nother video. Then when they get, they might get mad at the community, might get said, I ain't doing that, because I had heard that before. A very famous football player that I went to school with here, and I was in his Spanish class. And before he blew up on football, somebody asked him, this ain't funny, y'all, but I'm just saying, somebody asked him, they was like, when you get famous or when you start to make it, are you going to do anything for this town? He said, no. And then she was like, why are you not going to do anything for this town? And he was like, well, I ain't going to name the town, the city I'm in, but so-and-so ain't did nothing for me, meaning the town, saying the town name. They ain't did nothing for me. And to this day, and I mean, I was surprised to hear him say that, because people that are on a football team are always popular, always, sometimes, mostly catered to. They didn't really deal with people really laughing at their dreams and stuff like that. Most of the time, you say you want to be a football player, basketball player, if you want to play sports of any kind, they're always super huge supportive of you there. So that was kind of a huge surprise to me that he said that. But long story short, he's been doing something here and there, but I just still remember that conversation. So I say all of that to say, they might just grow some type of hard feelings and may not want to do nothing for their town, may not want to do nothing for their city, because they were clowned so much. And then I remember there was a conversation that was brought up. And I guess this might have been on YouTube. Where's the next black Mark Zuckerberg or something like that, right? So I kept thinking, I said, why they had to be the next black Mark Zuckerberg? Can they be on their own lane and do what they want to do? Why we got to always, it got to be the black this and the black that? Like, they might be better, you know what I'm saying? And kill it in the lane that they're in. We don't need to always model the levels and measurements of success to somebody else just because they're in another race, And y'all know what I mean when I say that. So that's all. But people were saying why there's no enough black this, enough black that. And I can tell you just a little bit. Because soon as they say they want to do something different, they're mocked. They're shunned. As soon as they say they want to do something out of the norm, they're told that it's not a real job. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that, some of the culture of saying it's not a real job and you can't do this and you can't do that, because they see that they can't do it, it shouldn't be put on somebody else, or they shouldn't be down because they couldn't see themselves doing it, So long story short, nobody should be clowning anybody on what they're currently doing. And also, I have seen also on Instagram too, I have seen also where a lot of these business owners, some of the business owners, sometimes the ones that do hair, I ain't gonna lie, the ones that do hair, I've seen a lot, certain areas, other businesses as well, a lot of certain small black business owners, not all of them, certain ones that would down and shame somebody for having a 9-to-5, certain content creators that would shame somebody for having a 9-to-5. And it's just like, look, let me go ahead and touch on this also as well. Until God permits a certain season, and once their seeds have grown and stuff has planted to the point where they can leave, that's wonderful. But maybe they're not at that season and that stage right now. And that's absolutely okay. We can't knock them for where they at, because remember, there was a time when you used to work the 9-to-5. No, you may not have worked it in a while, or you may not, for some, for the majority, for most. So you got to also remember how it was like also in that place. We can't be shaming other people for working 9-to-5s, and then at the same time, oh, got a notification, y'all. Hold on. Okay, there we go. And then we shaming people. We're shaming, y'all, I'm sorry, I lost my thought with this notification. And we're shaming people with 9-to-5s, but we're asking them to support our content. We're asking them to support our product. We're asking them to support this and support that. Now, which one is it now? We're being shamed for 9 to 5s, but that's not what's being told and shown and said when that 9 to 5 money comes in. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like on both ends, y'all didn't even know the conversation was even going to be about this. And that's somehow God just pulled things out of you, even when you're just talking and you meant to talk about one thing, and then it just segue in another. But yeah, we need to stop the shaming because people are at certain seasons in their life, certain stages in their life, and neither one should be down. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I always will want people to have more than course than just the 9 to 5 one day. And when they're able to get off of it, that there's lessons that they learn also on that 9 to 5 that they could also apply to their actual their business. So oh yeah, something else I also want to add. I heard a comment about business not being secure. It's too risky to start a business, and people start these things about every day, and it's just a piece of paper. And no, there's some successful people out there killing it. There's some successful business owners that's doing what they should. I wouldn't want my let's get it. This is what I wrote in a community post. I don't want social media to determine my success. It's great if it's a stream of income, but I wouldn't want that to determine because, again, Mark Zuckerberg laid off 11,000 people, I think, at Facebook. I could have the numbers wrong, but he laid all them people off, and people were. I remember even before then, people were asking why was their paycheck so smaller compared to the other previous times with the Facebook Reels program, or if they was getting paid another way, they was wondering why they wasn't seeing the type of income they were seeing. So anything can happen on social media. We don't need to make it sound like because they got a boss for a 9 to 5. You got to work for somebody. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to all of this and all of that. But at the same time, the people, some of them working for Mark Zuckerberg. And anything can change at any given moment, at any given time with anything. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything comes with a risk, regardless of what you're doing. So I don't think one thing should be knocked down because we're seeing success in one area, but we're going to knock down the person saying that they're going to see maybe it's a business they're going to start. Maybe it's they're going to basically end up walking in a different journey. And so I don't think none of this stuff should be shamed. Again, I do want people with 9 to 5s, including me. Of course, we got to always desire something better. And you don't know how God is going to do it. You don't know what kind of way that he's going to do it. Now, if you're just somebody that really do like your job and you're fine with that, then hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to sit up here and judge you. I'm not going to badmouth you. I'm not going to down you. I'm not going to sit up here and clown, make jokes, memes, all of this other crazy stuff. And also with the entrepreneur side, I don't want nobody to be bashed on that end either because everybody's journey and route is different and not everybody is going to be, wanting to do that. And so that is a great thing not to have to clock in. But at the same time, if you are on social media, no, you may not clock in at an actual clock. You may not have to clock in on the actual clock, but it's still like a job. You know what I'm saying? Your job is just a little different. No, it may not be the boss, Tom, Harry, and Chris, or Sheila, whoever the boss may be, but whoever is the owner of that platform, that's basically who you kind of working for. Now, they ain't never said, but I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hand it to you raw. And so just because your boss name a little different than mine, it's still like a job until it becomes passive income there, okay? So hopefully y'all follow along what I was saying. Don't give up. Still stay determined. Still know that the best is yet to come. And don't allow anybody to discourage you from doing that you set out to do, because there's a lot of that going to happen. And I know that's what feels like it's going to crush you in the beginning. It feels like it's going to crush you when it feels like you're going and you don't see nothing. It feels like it's going to crush you when you don't see people support. It feels like it's going to crush you when you feel like you got so much against you. It feels like it's going to crush you based on certain factors and circumstances. But despite all of that, You cannot let that win. And so I just want to say, just let me just be an early testimony. Let me just speak in existence. I'm an early testimony of this also as well. So remember that the best is yet to come. Click on the links below. Y'all stay warm, stay safe. Remember that the best is yet to come, and God bless.